Well, you know what that means.
Friday Night Flies with Scotty Holmes and Big Bad Brad, and we got Sheridan in the house tonight too. Boulder's gonna show up, but I don't know when. So
Yeah, it's his first day back from what, 2 weeks off of holidays, or a week and a half or something.
He's been on vacation fishing in Kelowna, so he's back. He's gonna come tie a fly for us tonight, I believe. It depends if whether we run out of time because it's fishing night. Also, we're gonna go fishing tonight. We're gonna go up to Anderson Lake, I believe, and check out.
We're going to try out a couple of these new flies.
Yeah, we're gonna go fish a couple creek mouths, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. But first, we have to tie a fly.
So, what is it your time tonight, there, Scotty? I'm gonna go down there.
Tonight we're tying a Boatman.
The one and only water boatman.
The one and only water boatman. I was at Fountain Lake this past week, or actually this week here at the beginning of the week, and we were fishing for a couple days, and we had just a great day, a great day of fishing a couple times, and we were using these boatmen. We were using.
Roll it over. Let's have a look at the underside.
And we were using variations of it.
See, there's different lengths for water boatmans. You can trim them down a little bit. You can leave them long. It just gives you a little bit more movement in the water. And I mean, some lakes, man, I have seen them. It almost looks like they got oars sticking out the side of a freaking aluminum boat.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, when you do it, I mean, as opposed to putting them the exact size you want, I always make them long, and then I can trim them back later. I got clippers with me at all times, so
24/7.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not hard to see one swimming around. If you got them swimming around you, it's a good time to frickin' throw them down there and set the hook on some poor fish.
Yeah, and I always exaggerate a little bit too. I mean, I don't want anything to be the exact proportion of everything that's around, especially with this kind of a fly. I want it to be a little bit bigger, a little bit juicier than what's hanging out, right?
I've got another variation of that one too. I mean, we can show red as well.
Yeah, well, I did it in white. Okay, here, here's
Hey, dude, didn't you remember how much I spent on that crossbow here?
That's your traditional boatman right here.
There's one in white. There's one in white with a peacock pearl top, and there's
traditional. That's your traditional.
There's your traditional boatman. I have another one that I bought in.
Well, here on Friday Night Flies, we always spice it up.
Yeah, well,
we throw a little UV flash in there.
Yeah, a little bit of. I mean, again, if you don't want the UV in there, as soon as you wrap it on, trim it tight. You know.
Trim it tight. Good.
That's all.
Anyhow, let's see how this thing's tied, Scotty.
Okay, let's go.
Woo! I'm excited. This is a idiot-proof fly pattern because you really can't fish it incorrectly. You can troll it, you can cast it, you can strip it, you can. I mean, there's not too many things you can do wrong because they're all over the lake and they usually motor when they think they're in trouble, and they're motoring around no matter what.
So tonight we're using size. We're gonna do it on a size 8. You can do it on size 10, size 12, depends on what kind of boatman you have in your local water. And we're going to use up some spiky squirrel, again, one of my favorites. And we're going to use up UV chenille and rubber legs. I would prefer the round rubber legs, but I couldn't find them, so all I have is these flat ones, but they work. They do the job. So there we go, and thin skin. We're going to wrap some thin skin over the top. This is in thin skin and brown.
Good stuff. Hey, I just want to let viewers know tonight also that we have question and answer is live. If you have any questions about what we're using or what kind of shirt Scotty Holmes is wearing, hit us up. We'll answer your questions, even if they are ridiculous. But let's try and keep them to fishing.
Yeah, just to fishing. We don't want to know why I'm wearing an Oregon shirt.
Did you wax it? Yes.
Why are you?
Why am I wearing an Oregon shirt? It's low sweat. You know, it's a really light shirt, and gray is the one that works. So is the color that you seem to like. So we're just gonna tie on our thread till we get just in front of the hook, and then we're gonna tie on our thin skin. You can see there's two different sides. There's the shiny side and there's the matte side.
You know what else would work really good for this? I know. I can't believe you're not using side A or side B cassette tape.
It's not strong enough.
Yeah, true enough. It would probably take a beating.
So you're out.
We'll just get it on top there. and we'll tie it down to a round. What are you running around of? What are you doing?
Oh, it's picking up a couple Boatmans that I dropped on the floor.
So then we'll bring it up to about halfway. Maybe a little bit more because.
Bill, how you doing?
Howdy.
And then we're gonna wrap in our chenille.
You guys have any back roads maps?
Yeah. What's on what area?
Gonna head over to the Little River and we're gonna go down to Harrison.
Tie in the.
Just okay, you don't have like 20 maps, eh?
You'll end up buying at least 2 maps, and this one is far superior to the top one. It's the same thing, but
No.
you've got all, it's in relief form.
Oh, it's just 'cause we're riding on bikes like that.
And then I'm gonna wrap up my chenille.
But, yeah, this is, it's all in relief form, which is nice. It's GPS compatible. Shows you all the roads where those topple maps will not show you. So it shows you all the
And right after you do this, like after you wrap this in, if you don't like it really long,
So for which area?
It's right here.
You trim it up.
Picture
Yeah,
Lake Road,
trim it up.
So to jump onto this.
I've seen boatmen tied with big long tails on them.
Drop down. So there it is there. Just falls on. So you got all these side roads.
Like a flash tail.
Yeah, there's like I've got so many different. There's so many different variations on the water Boatman. I've got another
Oh,
one
it's the
here
old
called
post, like where the roads
the
are.
flash
From
boat.
where to where.
Full bridge, very large, over to Little Cache Creek, over them and make these out.
I guess he's got little bridge as well.
Now you can trim it down a little bit up top before you, so it's not so.
See, there you go, Scotty. That's the one you're talking about right there. That's called the flash Boatman.
Yeah, there you go, flash boatman.
Information on hiking, camping.
You know, this
Your
is
fingers, yeah, your fingers are covered. But yeah, there's so many different variations.
kind of a nice variation too. I like that. It wouldn't have worked though because it had to be black. Like I ran out of boatmen and I ended up using nymphs with rubber legs and they worked just as well actually.
And is there anything in there that gives you like a whole view?
So we're gonna tie that off.
Just back.
Back wrap just a little bit, just to,
Okay.
There
we go.
the same thing, 2 pages in front.
wrap off our thin skin.
Bridge in there as well.
Oh, going in the driveway.
Okay, trim that away.
Not away. Crazy. So you're gonna hit down a little big.
Yeah.
You're gonna try hitting some of the hot springs.
Oh, we gotta put on our, now we're gonna put on our rubber legs.
The Scotty Combs and Sheridan. We're all a bunch of small guys.
Campsite is like
Alright, well,
Which is fast.
okay, Scotty.
it's around 7.
We got a question here.
Oh yeah.
Miss Jennifer Abbott
Oh really? I've never heard
asked
her.
the question: what are you fishing for when you use a boatman?
Sharks mostly.
No, it says what are you fishing? Or no, what are you fishing for when you use a boatman? So I think I said it right the first time, but I think I was trying to say where are you fishing when you're using that. But anyhow, what are you fishing for?
Oh, mostly trout.
Trout.
Yeah, mostly trout, and so
I mean, it really doesn't. There's a lot of different trout around here. We've got brook trout and rainbow trout. They typically love to eat on these things, and I don't think a species directly. I think pretty well anything in the lake that swims around eats these things. I've seen dragonflies try to eat these things, man. Like
dragonflies, really.
they must really taste good. And another one that eats them is the giant water beetle.
Really?
Yeah, man. I've seen those things taking them on. But anyhow, hopefully we answered your question there, Miss Abbott. Oh, are you throwing a little CDC in there?
I'm throwing a little CDC in there.
Oh, the CDC.
Yeah, we'll throw that in there. I'm just going to put a little bit of dubbing on to cover up that. All those wraps. And I like to leave the legs long, and I put them on there longer so that I have something to grab a hold of.
So what do you do with that? You're going to give it a little collar or something, or?
I'm just going to put, all I want to do is put a little bit of
Hair.
Yeah, just a little bit of hair, some more action.
CDC's good at that. You truly are an artist there, Mr. Holmes. I can't honestly say I've never caught a fish on any of the flies that you've tied. Every single pattern you've tied, I've caught a fish on.
Yeah, it's that same kind of fly with those glasses on.
Yeah, no, he's on fire tonight. He's firing on all cylinders.
So I'm just flaring that stuff back a little bit, and same thing. You know, you rip it out if you don't like it. At this point, you could put on a little bit of the traditional material, a peacock herl if you wanted. I still like the spiky squirrel. The Boatman that we were seeing were pretty dark.
They always are. That's why the peacock herl is traditional for sure. Like they're darker, but I mean black. I like to throw a little bit of that seal for the laser dub. The black and actually, I think I've got. I don't know if it's laser dub. I use it in the micro leeches as well. The black with a little bit of red. Sparkle.
Yeah, that's nice stuff.
Yeah, that's what it's called, sparkle dub.
Sparkle dub. So
That guy, but with the black.
yeah, that's kind of nice too. Sparkle dub, red, black. So once we get it to that point, we're just gonna whip finish it. And I traditionally, if I'm fishing this fly, I'll be fishing it with probably with a little bit of a sink tip.
Yeah.
Or you could add weight. I mean, you could add weight to it if you wanted to, right? You could put a little bit of lead on it. Could put a bead.
You can't really fish this pattern incorrectly. I mean, you can fish it on the surface. You can fish it deep, subsurface. I mean, it doesn't really matter. There is no incorrect way of fishing that pattern.
Okay.
Let's have a little roll of that sucker. Nice and easy. Nice and easy now. Oh, that's nice undercarriage. Nice undercarriage. And the back is black. Oh,
And the legs stick out. The key part is you're stripping this and you're jerking it really fast, or if you're jerking it really fast.
we got another question.
Um,
This one is from Reese Holmes.
oh really?
It says, when you go fishing tonight, what do you want to catch there? You want to catch the biggest dang fish ever caught.
Yeah, the biggest fish that we can find in the lake. That's for sure.
right. And we're going to get a big picture of one of us holding the damn thing, and then we're going to let it go.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great night. The key to this fly, I believe, is the rubber legs. You know, I prefer a Boatman with rubber legs. It just gives that action, because as boatmen swim, they really are pushing those back legs, and that's their swimming power.
On a boat, man, they boogie.
So it seems to be the reactionary thing. I had Boatman without the legs, nothing. As soon as I put on the rubber legs, put on something with rubber legs, and it wasn't necessarily a Boatman, instant reaction. Fish are all over it.
Bingo bango.
Bingo bango. So there you go.
I've got a few viewers. I'd like to say thanks for watching tonight. Once again, Scotty Holmes is up the vice.
Doing what we do on Friday night, tying fly and talking fishing.
We're up top here. We might as well sign out. And
Well, you guys, Scotty Holmes. I just about stabbed myself with my scissors. Friday Night Flies. We're going to be heading up to Anderson Lake. That's where we're going. We're going fishing. It's long days, which means you get to fish for a long time after work.
What is it, 10 o'clock before it starts getting
Yeah,
dark?
no, not quite yet. It's about 9:30, quarter to 10. Yeah.
It'll be 10 o'clock before we get to the boat launch. I got a feeling. Anyhow,
yeah, Scotty Holmes. Friday Night Flies. You know, have a great weekend. Anybody in the Whistler, Pemberton area is going to have a great weekend. It's going to be perfect. Not too hot, not too cold, and sunny. So there you go. How much better does it get than that, right?
Oh yeah, the 4x4 rallies on
Well,
this weekend.
I myself am heading to the 4x4 rally. I got to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, the Pembroke 4x4 rally.
Yeah, it's awesome. They have a hill climb, and they have a mud bog, and
All terrain and big beer gardens.
a big beer garden. It's got everything that you need out of a 4x4 rally, right? Yeah. So Scotty Holmes, Friday Night Fives, signing off. Till next week, tight lines and good fishing. Bando.